Hi there, this is Rob Hendricks, and this is another episode in the Polixo How-To series. And today we're going to be talking about phishing prevention. And Polixo has developed an anti-phishing solution. Some of the key highlights are going to be the installation, blocking phishing attacks, ignoring those phishing warnings by the end user, the phishing dashboard in the Polixo web app, and reporting and analysis, how to use this data. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and log into my Polixo organization. You can see that I've landed here on the phishing prevention dashboard. And from the dashboard, I have some data here that we'll talk about later. But the first thing that we're going to need to do in order to protect an employee or an endpoint is to install the package. And we have a few different options here. Obviously, we can download the package directly. If I do that, the download happens immediately. We can copy a link to that same installer. And either, once you have this installer package, if you leverage an RMM tool like Kaseya or LabTech, you can create scripts to deploy the package to those endpoints that you'd like to manage. You just need to install the package as an admin user or system. The other option that we have that's not listed here is that you can request to create an MSI package, and you could use, again, your RMM tool to deploy with that MSI package. Or if you leverage Active Directory at your site, then you could create a group policy that you could deploy through Active Directory. So if you're interested in that MSI package, please contact Polixo support, and we'll generate that for you. Now, the phishing prevention is only supported on Windows platform today. So what I'll do here, I'm going to go ahead and copy the link to my installer, and I've got a Windows 10 VM here. I'm going to go ahead and download by pasting the link in the URL or in the address bar of my browser. You can see that I've downloaded the package. So if I open and run that, I'm prompted from the user access control to run the installer. And what you do is just run it, and once the components are installed and started up, that device is protected. And I'm going to bypass that formality for the demo purposes. I actually have the connector installed already. You can see that I've got a little Polixo icon here, and that is brandable. So you can use your custom icons if you like. And so, now I'm on my Windows 10 machine, and it's actively protected by phishing prevention solution. So, phishing attacks can come from many different vectors. And obviously, if somebody types in a URL that is a known phishing website, that's one way. And you can see here we've detected, hey, this phishing website has been detected. We can go ahead and close the browser tab to block that attack. So just like somebody types in a URL, we've got different vectors. Like here's an example from Skype. You can see that a colleague has sent me a link to go check out. I'll click that link, and it was determined that, hey, this is a known phishing website, and our solution is going to block that. So we'll go ahead and close. I've exported a list of known phishing websites here, so I can double click on one of those links, and bam, I blocked the phishing attack. And, now we also have the ability, if a user knows that a site is safe, and they elect to go forward, there's an option for them to do that. If they click this checkbox here, they're able to proceed. And here's a look at that website, and this is a very interesting one. Happens to be somebody mimicking PayPal. So here, if I entered my username and password, these attackers would have my information and actually be able to go to PayPal, log in, and transfer money. So this is a really dangerous one. So another feature of when, if an employee ignores a phishing attack, an email will be sent to the administrator of the organization. So you can see here, we'll look at all the details. This is also brandable if you change your logos. But you see the organization, the user, and his name is Rob Fish, the device that was used to access, the time, and actually a link to go watch the video. So some nice information, an additional alarm for notification to say, hey, somebody ignored the alert and didn't close it, so you can take action if you need to immediately. So let's take a look at, you've seen it in action on the endpoint. Let's take a look at the Polixo dashboard now. So when you log into the site and you come to the phishing prevention product, the first page is our dashboard. You can see you've got a company overview. And the first bit of information is kind of an overview of all of the attacks that have happened. So you have the attacks, the number that were blocked, and the number that were ignored. Now, you also have the ability to select a different time range. So I can go back in time and see last week, or I can focus on this week and go back as far as 2 months. So this gives you as an administrator the ability to focus in on a certain amount of time. So let's just focus in today. So again, here at the top we have our summary, and we can drill directly into those values, and we start to see all of the attacks that occurred for today. And I have the ability to search here. So if I want to try to filter some of these results, I'm able to do that. So you've got a column for your employees, what tag or group or department they belong to. This is the type of the action that was taken. So this was the attack itself, and the date and the URL. You'll also notice that there's a link to video here. So just like the Polixo employee monitoring solution, the phishing prevention solution is also recording the desktop of users that you deploy to. So you have the ability to go back and see an attack happen in real time. So if I click that link, I'm going to jump directly to the point in time when that attack happened, and it will automatically load the video so I can see what occurred. So here somebody clicked a link, phishing was detected, and it was closed. So I can see that event happen. So the next section here is the attacks per day. So you can start to see how many attacks happened on a particular day, the number that were blocked, and the number that were ignored. And all of these bar chart columns are drillable, so you can drill into each one. This was the attacks per day for the ignored items. Let's go back. We show the top employee attacks, so which employees have been attacked the most, or which employees are clicking through to the phishing attacks the most. So it's kind of like your riskier employees. Here we have the top employee attacks that were dismissed or ignored. So here Stan is my more risky employee. He's got less attacks in general, but he's ignored more of them, more of the warnings that were presented to him. So this is a good opportunity for training for Stan. Now, to talk about training, it's great to be able to train your employees, but what's beautiful about our solution is that it actually will stop and take action to block the attacks as well. So we can also get a view of attacks per department, and actually, we've got, in this sample, we've got a DevOps and a marketing department. These are actually teams of employees, and the way that we accomplish that is by tagging those employees to a certain team. So here, here's my Rob Fish employee, and he's a member of the DevOps team. Stan here is a member of the marketing team. So we're able to start to analyze the data per department, who your riskiest department is. And lastly, we have the top attack attempts from the websites that were clicked, and you can see here that we have 20 attacks from this particular website. Maybe this is an opportunity for you to take action and maybe block access to this website from a firewall or other means, or just to understand, if your organization is under attack from a particular website, they're focusing in on you. So that's a good opportunity to communicate that to your organization, to be on the lookout for attacks from a certain entity. And all of these links are drillable, so we can drill into these and see the time and the details, and obviously jump to the video. We have paging functions to be able to page through all of the data. So these are the various analytics that are available today. We also have an employee tab. So if we click the employee tab and we can select a particular employee, Rob Fish happens to be the guy online right now. We can see his status. And I can, again, focus in on this particular employee to see the number of attacks, blocked, ignored attacks, and just begin to page through these. Again, we can filter these using the search feature, and change the time duration in which we're analyzing the data. So that was a quick demo of the product. Thank you for watching, and please contact us if you have any additional questions, or you'd like to see the product over a live demo. Thank you. Take care.